This is art. The artist who brings it alive.
Remember, it's a party.
Barbara Hill Moore, the Distinguished Professor of Voice in the Meadows School at Southern Methodist University. What does it mean to you to be an artist?
I think artistry is not just excellence in one's field, but it's carrying and giving hope and energy and life to an art form that's already been formed, something greater than oneself.
When Barbara was 10, she knew she could sing and knew she wanted to teach.
I'm passionate about people, about art, about singing. I love singers. I love singing.
The soprano from St. Louis, with 2 degrees, has sung opera, jazz, Negro spirituals, and church music all over the world. But early in her career, she faced some who saw her skin color instead of listening to her voice.
You know, I tried not to let that dominate my spirit. I would, every time I sing, prepare as much as I could, do my absolute best in the moment, and never look back.
Barbara Hill Moore is in her 51st year of teaching voice. She and her husband Lee, who retired from General Electric, are grandparents who celebrated their 50th year of marriage in the Perkins Chapel on the campus of SMU.
I think a teacher is not just teaching in the classroom, but they are teaching with their lives in their example of living.
If there's one thing you learned from her, like the number one thing, what is that?
Number one would probably be a good colleague, be caring, be consistent, with your support for other people.
22-year-old Maya Jones of Mansfield, Texas, graduated from SMU with 2 degrees in voice, high standards in Barbara Hill Moore's studio.
The toughest of love, yes. If, for example, she tells you to learn a song by next week, she expects, interpretation, language, notes, rhythms, all of it. Not just, oh, well, I looked at it. She'll be like, you can leave my studio. With a smile, it's not like hateful, but it's like, you need to get your act together.
Be an artist. Be original.
They don't have to be or look or act the same as everybody else around them because they are not the majority here. Doesn't matter. They have only to reach their own potential to do what is wonderful for them, exciting for them, and what they believe is their gift to humanity. So SMU has given me a wonderful opportunity to inspire young people to be and love and live.
The example of living that she follows was established by her mentor, the late Bruce Foote.
Bruce was my major professor in graduate school. A wonderful guy. He was a daily example of love and sacrifice and giving and caring. And I really hope I reflect some of that incredible energy.
For 43 years, Southern Methodist University has been home to Professor Hill Moore. Her lifetime of experience as a singer and a teacher brings an inclusive vision on campus of what singers can be. The spirit of her mentor and her passion for learning led her to create something that has enriched the world. Why did you want to start the scholarship and name it after him?
Because of all the things he did for so many people. His spirit, his energy, his love of singing and of teaching should be something that goes on into perpetuity. And I thought the Foote Foundation could do that.
SMU's Meadows Executive Board members were treated to a performance by voice students of Professor Moore. These singers and dozens more are recipients of the Bruce Foote Memorial Scholarship to honor her mentor and vocal teacher.
And I just don't want to ever think the world couldn't know his name. He was just a wonderful person.
She used her money to bring 18 deserving singers from South Africa to study at SMU.
I had focused in the beginning on young men because in our art, as you know, there's a huge absence of black men on the opera stage. And I wanted to do my best to encourage our young black men who are gifted to put their feet forward and get on out there and try. We help students of every ethnicity and from all over the world. And that gives me great pleasure.
Not only are we getting world-class artists, but we're getting personal relationship with someone from a different culture and finding these things that, you know, we have in common.
Maya Jones knows the value of the Foote Scholarship.
The Foote Foundation scholarships, they bridge people, they break down walls that typically would be there, whether it's access to a better education.
What did that do for you? What wall did that break down for you?
Just the fact that I could be there, that I was welcomed at the table, that there was a spot even for me, that I even knew where the house was.
Okay, let's just try it one more time. It's good.
But Prof was the first one to tell me, you're singing with this much voice. I want you to sing with this much. You have this much inside of you. You just don't know where to access it. And I never made that connection. And so that was the first time I thought, well, maybe there is more to me. And that's when I started realizing my self-esteem started growing, because if someone sees so much in me, it really must be in here. I trust her, she wouldn't lie to me.
Maya has performed in South Africa and Italy, and like hundreds of students, is empowered by Barbara Hill Moore.
She's a, coach that's sent all over the world, to China, to South Africa. People want her to come. And so me seeing her is that's gonna be me in 20 years. And as she says, she's like, no, it's not gonna take you 20, it's gonna take you 10.
Each February, student scholars who are recipients of the Bruce Foote Foundation perform to raise awareness and funds to help the next generation. Bruce Foote Scholarship recipients are singers and voice teachers in America and all over the world, inspired by their art and empowered by their beloved prof, Barbara Hill Moore. What does it mean to you to be a professor of music and pass that on to your students?
Oh my gosh. Sir, it means the world. It means the world to me. I think it's a great privilege to be a teacher, to touch people's lives, to give them hope, to connect them with what they really are intended to do and be in this world. It's such a privilege, an honor, really. I love it. Sorry. I should have brought Kleenex.
Sempre misero chi a lei s'affida, chi